Hey guys, my name's Adam. I'm going to be doing a movie review for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It opened a few days ago. I've already seen it twice. I saw opening night and I saw it the day after. So I'm a very big Spider-Man fan, so I had pretty high expectations walking in. It kind of works out how they planned everything because Marvel actually relaunched the Amazing Spider-Man comic book series, which, ta-da! Yes, I finally have this issue. Peter Parker is back. I did like Miles. I didn't follow it as much as I. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really follow too many comic book series. I'll read them from time to time. I read graphic novels. I haven't really sat down to follow a comic book series though, and I'm planning on following this one because I'm a big Spider-Man fan. But what I do want to get into is this movie. I'm a very big Spider-Man fan because when I was little, people have gone through worse, but I've been through quite a bit with my health, and I went through a lot of it when I was younger. So Spider-Man kind of got me through it in the way that he gave me hope, and he made me happy, and he got me going. So in a way, I have that personal connection in that feeling that I have whenever I see Spider-Man. Um, so I grew up on Raimi's movies, two movies or only two, but and the cartoons. I have this. This is more just to watch and laugh. Have you seen the memes? But when the Amazing Spider-Man was announced, I did like this movie. But when it was announced, it was basically a marketing thing, so Sony could keep Spider-Man, which I very strongly dislike. But I did like the movie. I thought it was alright. But this movie I think is better, a lot better. Mark Webb's back directing, and I do really like Mark Webb. Speaking of Mark Webb, he directed 500 Days of Summer, which is it's a love story, and you know who two people who do great love scenes? Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are perfect. First off, Andrew Garfield is probably the best Peter Parker we've ever seen. Same with the best Spider-Man. Uh, Emma Stone is awesome as Gwen Stacy, and when you add them together, it's like electricity on the screen. Speaking of electricity, Jamie Foxx is in this movie as Electro. Now, Electro basically, I like him as Electro a lot, but I did not like him as Max Dillon because he was like basically Riddler from Batman Forever in the sense that he was very obsessed with the hero. And he was so goofball, and he worked for this company, nobody acknowledges him, whatever. Dane DeHaan, he plays two parts, but I can only judge him for his one part because Goblin is only in it for 5 minutes of the movie. I did like him as Harry a lot, though. I think he did a very good job. I thought he did a very likable but like egotistical way of being Harry Osborn, and I thought that's perfect because a 20-year-old kid with that much money being endowed to him and a company being handed to him, I think that's what I mean. Yeah, I'd be a jerk. Um, Things I liked about this movie: the visuals were incredible. Spider-Man has never looked better. Like honestly, like I got so happy when I saw Spider-Man. That first opening shot with him swinging around and stopping the robbery and everything, perfect. The relationships in this movie, as I mentioned, are perfect. Not just between Emma and Peter, or Andrew and Gwen, or they're awesome. You know what I mean? And the reason I say that is because like I feel like they are their characters in real life. The action is perfect. Um, it's not perfect, but I did really like the action. It kept me on the edge of my seat. The acting is very, very good. Uh, Very entertaining movie. Um, very, 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 very entertaining movie. Things I didn't like were some of the pacing was kind of off. By that I mean, Goblin seemed very rushed, and he was only there for one reason, which I will get into in my spoiler section. And then Rhino. I very much disliked Rhino. Now he was just cartoony and Russian mob. Oh, I'm gonna get you, Spider-Man. Blah blah blah. I didn't like him. CG was pretty good, I guess, but there were some parts where you're like, that could be touched up. Uh, the music in this movie was more of a iTunes top 50. That makes sense. By that I mean like there's a lot of just random music in here. I don't care, I guess. But if I had to grade this movie, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5, which is probably anywhere between a B plus and A minus. Yeah. So now I'm going to be getting into spoilers for The Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you've not seen the film, pause this video, go watch it, come back and keep watching. If you have seen the film, make yourself comfortable. First thing I want to touch on is his parents. That scene with the plane, I thought was perfect. Like how they did that. Very good scene. Answered all my questions I needed answered. I mean, I knew the parents died in a plane crash, but I loved seeing it happen. That sounds very morbid, but you know what I mean. Nostalgic reasons. Norman Osborn died. I think he's still alive. We didn't see a body. Goblin. He was there for one reason, and one reason only, which was Gwen. Stacy's death. Now, I loved Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy because she wasn't a damsel in distress like Mary Jane is. She actually had something to do, and I love that about her character, and I love how she portrays her. And I really, really did enjoy her in her time as Gwen. She was especially great in this movie. I'm very sad to see her go, but it's all for the best of the story. Now, speaking of Gwen, her death scene is perfect. It is so crisp and so clean, but it makes you feel dirty. It's when she falls. Like, I knew she was gonna die for the other movie. When she falls, I'm like, he's not gonna do it, is he? And then he webs her, and then the gear cuts the rope, the web, and she goes falling. And then he catches her again with and you see the hand and the web. I had tears in my eyes, and as soon as I heard the thud, I saw her go to the ground. I hear her go boing. Then I'm like, wait, I just hear a thud, and then I'm just like, oh no, and tears are in my eyes. And then as soon as he's like, oh thank God, and he goes down there, I'm like, no, and he's like, when I just started, tears literally started streaming down my face. I usually don't cry in movies, but like if I'm attached to something as I am Spider-Man, that is something that I very sensitive with. Perfect death scene, perfect scene in general. I very much liked it. I mean, I hate to see her go, but I do love to see where the story's gonna go. Does that make sense? Emma Stone, you did a fantastic job. That's all I need to say. But my favorite scene in this movie consists of Gwen's death, Aunt May and Peter. That scene when they're in Peter's bedroom, when he just got done doing like the big elaborate thing on his walls, like the big drawing board with his parents, basically, that was beautiful. I mean, that was a beautiful set. First off, how they did that, and second off, it was beautiful in that scene, just their dialogue. And then my third favorite scene, I thought was probably one of the funnest scenes in the movie, was when Electro and Harry break into Oscorp. I thought that was perfect when they're just in that room and they're interacting with each other, and I thought that was awesome. I mean, it felt like I was reading a comic book. I mean, this whole movie was a comic book, and it felt perfect. I loved it. The color palette that Mark Webb uses for these movies is perfect. How it's like colorful, but it's also dark at some points, and he knows how to direct. And I really like Mark Webb, and I can't wait to see what he does next. For the next Spider-Man movie coming up. And overall, these are my final thoughts on Spider-Man. Yes, it is a bit biased, but I mean, what are you gonna do? My movie reviews will get better, trust me. Next movie review I'm planning on doing is probably Neighbors next week. And after that is the 16th, which Godzilla comes out. I'm planning on doing a review for it. X-Men Days of Future Past comes out the next week. I'm not going to be in town the day it comes out, or that weekend, so I will be doing it either the day after Memorial Day, or the Friday after. Not sure, but keep it locked here, guys. I'm very grateful for you guys watching my video. If you did like this video, please like it. what do you guys think of the movie? Let me know. Who do you think did a better Spider-Man, Tobey or Andrew Garfield, and why? Um, Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thank you.